Today we're building this minimalist rig for the Sony FX3, designed for run and gun style shooting. Now I have built rigs for the FX3 before, and this video up here, they're definitely more of a bigger style rig with more handles and mount points, and you can put the Ninja 5 on it and that kind of thing. This isn't that. This is more for run and gun style shooting. Before we build this rig out, I want to tell you about something I'm working on with Trovo Trip. In 2022, I'm going to be hosting a trip away somewhere. If you like to go away and take photos or make videos, think of this like that kind of trip, but with a bunch of people who all want to do the same thing. We can go somewhere where there's mountains or beaches or palm trees or basically anywhere that we can go and take a bunch of photos, shoot some videos, and just have a good time. If this sounds like something you're interested in, there's actually a link down below you can click on, and it's a survey to complete. This will allow us to see how long you want to go for, where you want to go, like some places you're interested in going, the kind of budgets you have. If you want me to host some workshops, or if you just want it to be like a big photo video hangout session for however long we go for, any information you provide is going to be really great for us to be able to plan this trip out. Once we have enough responses, we'll pick where we're going to go, and then I'll tell you guys more about it in a little bit more detail, the dates we're going to be going and all that kind of thing, and how you can book. So once again, if it's something you're interested in, click on that link down below. Otherwise, let's build out this rig. So what we've got right here is everything we need to build out this rig. I've got the FX3 with a 50mm f1.2 on here, just in case you're wondering what this setup is. Now the first thing we're going to use is the base for the whole rig, which is this SmallRig half cage designed for the Sony FX3. Part number is 3278. So we're just going to screw in on the bottom here using this SmallRig tool. If I can find the flat part, there you go. So screw this in. Actually, on the bottom of this, it does actually come with a magnetic flat head there, so you can screw that directly into the 1/4" 20 on the bottom of the camera. So screw that in, magnetically attach that back on there. Now you don't have to, but I would recommend that you put a bolt in the side here, and the cage does come with one. This just gives you another point attached to the camera where the cage can't. If it becomes loose on the bottom, it's not going to move around because it's attached here as well. So we'll tighten that up right there. Okay, and then on the top, we're going to be attaching this Nato Rail, which does actually come with this cage. Now this is designed to go directly into the 2 screw mounts on the top of the FX3. Put those in and attach this on. So this is going to give us a point at which to mount things to the top of it. And for this minimal rig, we're going to be using it for a monitor. It's a bit tight in there. Tighten that up. Okay. All right, that is on there. Now this is the new thing that I am pretty excited to use. If you have seen my my FX6 video I did a while back, I talked about how much I loved the side handle and then it rotates, and SmallRig has come out with their own rotating handle. Now this is part number 3260, left side SmallRig rotating Nato handle. So it's designed to attach to Nato rails, and there's a Nato rail on the side of this cage here. So we can literally slide that on there, and then we twist it to tighten it on there. And you can adjust the height of this to however you want, slightly higher, slightly lower, it's entirely up to you. Tighten that up there. And then you'll see once this is on, just, I'll show you the top down view just there, there's a little switch there. Switch or button, whatever you want to call it. And when you push that down, this handle rotates and it spins, okay? So it actually allows you to basically hold the handle there and angle the camera exactly however you want, and then as soon as you release it, it stays there. And it's really smooth. Listen. It's smooth, like, you hear that? It's really smooth. Whatever bearing is in there or anything like that, it's really nicely done, and I do quite like this. Sometimes when you shoot in lower angles, you have to do weird things with your wrists. This means you don't have to do that. A quick push with the thumb there, and you can angle the camera however you want. So this is a really great handle for minimalist kind of run and gun style shooting, because you can just quickly hold down that, change it to whichever angle you want, let go, and then that's the angle the camera is now at. So I really do like this handle. It's something that's been designed pretty well by SmallRig. Now for the monitor mount here, this is the tilt monitor mount with Nato clamp 2100 here. So on the back here, there is a red lock. Now this is a Nato rail on the top here, and this is Nato. So this slides on. Now you have to push down the safety, the gold bit on the end there, so you can see. That basically stops things from coming off because Nato rails slide when they're loose, or Nato things on rails slide when they're loose. So you just kind of push that down as it slides on, and then you lock this into place wherever you want it to go. I'm gonna have it towards the edge there, and it does get tight, but tight's good because it means it's not going anywhere. And that is locked on there. For my monitor, I'm using the Portkeys P6 with a Sony MP something battery. It's one of the bigger ones. This is a NP F960, or replaces an NP F960. So Portkeys P6, screw that in right there, like that. And then a SmallRig HDMI cable. This is one of their 15 centimeter ones. And then the reason I liked this cage is because this bit right here, which is, it's kind of designed for a variety of different things, but you would use it commonly for a follow focus, is when this is plugged into the full-size HDMI port on the side there, you have this, this flappy cable here. But this works really well for just kind of tucking it around like that. So that, in theory, could be all you need for your minimalist FX3 rig. Now, there's one thing that you might be thinking, well, you're missing audio, and if you see here, if I put that right there, that's not great placement because that's gonna be touching that cable. There's probably gonna be some interference with the sound. It's not gonna be good. So sometimes for run and gun setups like this, you might not need audio. But if you did, that's where this thing comes into play. Now, this is called SmallRig Cold Shoe Adapter 1960. And the great thing about the FX3 is on the side here, you have one more 1/4 inch 20. So we can screw this directly into here, like this. And now we have another point that we can mount things that use a cold shoe. So you can mount that however you want. I'm just gonna mount it so it's just like this. There is 2 arrows on there telling you which way technically things will slide in too. And the nice thing about this is as well, you might be thinking, oh, does it interfere with the memory cards? It doesn't. You can still open that. And that's on there tight as well. That doesn't feel like it's gonna turn around or anything like that. And now I can mount a mic directly on there. And that cable will still reach and go directly into there. So now I have my audio on the right there, and then the handle on the left, and I can still, it's just a good minimalist setup for the Sony FX3. For something that's a little bit smaller, just for run and gun, quickly be moving around different spots. You have everything you need on here. You technically didn't even need to have the monitor if you didn't want to have the monitor on there with a bigger screen, but that's always useful to have on there too. Now, I want to tell you about one other thing that I've been using recently that I got sent from this company called Xtar. Maybe you can see that on the overhead view there. So this is like a modular battery charger. Now, if you use these batteries, you probably use a lot of these batteries. So this can actually charge up to 4 at once. Now, it's modular in that you can change the adapters for the batteries that you're charging. So if you wanted to charge 2 Sony batteries like this, that you'd use to power your monitor, you could charge 2 of those at the same time that you're charging your Sony FZ100 batteries. But if you needed to charge 4 of these at the same time, on the back there, pull that switch, and now this slides out. I made that look a lot more difficult than it really is. Let me show you again. It's just a bit firm, that's all. So now I could attach this, and clicks in there. And now I have a way to put in 4 batteries, 2 that way, and 2 that way. And this charges through USB-C on the front right there. So you could actually technically power this off of a USB charger if you wanted to, or you could charge off of the mains, like on my my battery station right there. That's like my battery station. I actually have this Velcroed to the bottom there, hook and loop fasteners on the back, and that just sticks to that, and I charge 4 batteries at once. So that is the Xtar charger, modular charger, which I'll link down below if you're interested. And if you want to build your own rig just like this, I'll put all the part numbers down below for you from SmallRig. And yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.